system is yet.
What a system is?
I mean, yeah, I mean, in my mind, there's multiple options here, but what is that sub list that we actually can define of, you know, is it an IM server, or, you know, are we talking about a little bit something more robust? And well, ERP is one of them. It's common in all applications, be it Oracle 11i, PeopleSoft, what have you. It has a lot of requirements around it about everybody effectively in the company needs to access it at some level. There's a lot of very sensitive data, general ledger, HR databases that are in there, and that's just one of the ones that we use, and we can definitely go down.
So let's take that
Okay.
and flesh it out as an example. You want an ERP system or accounting system?
So I would actually say a system that comprises both the general ledger and the HR, or that data content and those functions that I have. And in my mind, I don't know, and maybe it's more of a discussion, are we expecting an application to fully mimic those functionality? I think that might be a little bit too much to ask. But, you know, in regards to the connectivity, the secure transactions, the secure communication, the data protection, the availability, et cetera, I mean, those are all the things that can be defined out of it.
You're not interested in the application layer controls?
I'm very much interested in the application layer controls. However, I don't think we need to duplicate 11i in order to really prove a point one way or the other. Yeah, I mean, that might take a couple of weeks. So.
So are you saying you want to demonstrate an ERP system that's accessible without accessible for anyone on the internet?
I think that would be the challenge, and actually it's probably a challenge very much today.
That already exists with just, you know, HTTPS right now. I mean, Skype is just one example. You have Lotus, Outlook. They all have SSL mode where you can pick out, you know, open it up anywhere without VPN and other people.
Right, but I don't see Lotus Notes as an ERP system.
Citrix, any application, WebEx, any application, go to my PC for example, ultimately it's bypassing the firewall. All those protocols, they bypass, they're end-to-end, they bypass the firewall through some form of HTTPS, don't they?
No, I agree.
So I'm just saying that we have a large number of examples already.
I would have to see something that's more distributed than the ERP system as a test case for this. You know, because ultimately, if it's an ERP system, what you're going to get is someone who's building one big central server and protecting it, and then having HTTPS interfaces and then certain controls. I don't think it's a good model.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think beyond system, single application. Think system as in
ecosystem.
A system.
Yeah, ecosystem.
An ecosystem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
To the model that we had before, which is a workgroup example, which is far more distributed and it's more, but it's probably more achievable for big rather than having to make your full accounting system demonstrating the impact numbers in there. Why don't we put forward, go for a workgroup model, go and take some of the examples from there. We've got some users that will be working on a fixed PC, need to access documents, need to do email, need to do PowerPoint, need to do whatever they do.
Yes. The trick is to make it as level a playground as playing field as possible, without dictating it to the point that there's no initiative and no out the box thinking, which is going to be hard.
Well, I think this point about identifying certain business processes that have to be met, that's a really nice way to approach it. You're not saying it has to be Microsoft Exchange and Outlook being used for email, but email has to be available to the end users.
Yes.
Things along that line.
Yeah. Up the back.
Well, I may be late coming to the party, but I managed to get some impression. I think what we could consider is, in most cases, what I hear is something that we compare to HEB heavy system that is very strict controls that fix something in place and this the process. The nature of the business is that it constantly keeps changing because it keeps looking for a better business. Business continuously keeps adjusting to current circumstances, so it could compete with someone else who just adjusted to current circumstances. So whatever is being built should not only be able to implement HEB level controls, but instantly adjust to different requirements, business requirements.
Yeah, it's the flexibility to implement in a corporate environment is going to be the interesting one. I think the judges will be wrestling with next year.
I personally like the business requirements model.
Yep.
Lay out a set of business requirements. You have to do email. You have to be able to create and share documents. We have to be able to limit access to those documents. So that only the appropriate people can see them. That sort of thing. We have to be able to print.
Yes.
So are we building a brand new system, writing a new operating system, writing an application, or use something that's already on the market?
No, I think as much as possible to use what's available on the market today.
Surely that should be the choice of the
But yeah, ultimately, yeah, exactly. I mean, that if you want to write your own secure protocol from scratch, that's your choice. Go for it. That rules out AD then, doesn't it? Sorry. That's the cynic in me coming out again. Yes. Absolutely, yes.
This is probably opening a can of worms, I'm sorry for this step on you, but is commercial viability going to be part of any of the criteria, or is it purely a technical?
Corporate viability is certainly part of the criteria. Yeah, I mean, we want something that's realistic, and ultimately we can go out and implement if we want to, use some of it, all of it, part of it, mix and match from the competitors. I mean, that's the aim behind everything that you propose. Has to be, documented and openly available. And sure, if you're going to use a bunch of proprietary protocols against someone who doesn't use a bunch, who uses a set of open protocols, well, again, that's going to be part of the criteria because that's the Jericho commandments.
So is the challenge then to define what the scenario is that the systems have to meet? So because we've talked about ERP, we've talked about workers, we've talked about email. You could come up with a very long list and make it almost impossible. But and I guess it seems to me also that there needs to be a balance between it can't be too easy, it can't be just it just has to be email, or ERP may or may not be too hard.
Yeah, it needs to be complex enough to make it a decent challenge, certainly with that amount of prize money attached to it.
Yeah.
Could it be something like defining a fictional company along with its business requirements?
Yeah, I think what I'm hearing today is fairly much sort of some broad agreement that it has to be defining business requirements as opposed to straight technical solutions. which is good, which is good validation. It's what other groups have also supported. So.
Yeah,
Fine.
so the notes that I've been taking so far, for whatever it's worth, is that there needs to be access to LAN, email, internet, VoIP, potentially some interaction with HR and GL at a principal level. Being able to access the system remotely, share documents from a work group perspective, and being able to print. So in my mind, that would be some sort of baseline somewhere in there, plus or minus A, B, and C.
Isn't there already technologies, solutions in place that do precisely what you're talking about now?
There are certainly applications that do that. The question then becomes, what's the level of integrity, and can I rely on them in a garden variety corporate environment to be inherently secure? And to that end, I would say the answer is no.
And so somehow, if this week comes up with something new, that would be secure? We have systems in place that seems to me that already sort of meet this decentralized requirement.
I think people are doing bits of it. People are doing bits of it well in certain point solutions, but they tend to be based on stuff that either won't scale or are very hard to manage.
If I look at a typical corporate environment, I would say the answer is no. And back to what Paul is saying is that I don't think there's anyone that I know of that's using a holistic approach that makes it this secure, or the level that should be ideal. Yeah.
I think a lot of this has to do with frustrations with IT departments. That it seems to be you have to go through so much red tape before you can get anything open. I've come across IT security organizations that flat out won't open endpoints. Whether they just say, well, our policy is not to open endpoints from the internet.
Yeah, and that becomes a corporate and political issue, right?
I think I see this as kind of like the opposite knee-jerk extreme reaction. You'll take it too far in the opposite direction as a response to that, rather than having more of a realistic hybrid approach, where you say, well, maybe there is something to a centralized firewall for footprint reduction, but we need IT to become a little more responsive. We need to be more realistic about the firewall. We need to be realistic that firewalls can be pretty much bypassed completely, even if you lock every single port, so long as you allow proxy access.
But I think the premise of Jericho is that we know this is happening, right? And they want to sell this concept, right? And convert. Like I'm skeptical, right? As you know.
That's good. Nothing wrong with healthy skepticism.